Debt can loosen its grip with calm, simple steps. This video presents a calm, psychology-informed path to eliminate debt without drama. By embracing steady habits, you cultivate a clearer mind, kinder self-talk, and a practical route that reduces overwhelm and invites intentional choices. First, clarify your why. Your values are the compass that keeps you committed when bills rise. Take 10 minutes to write a personal mission statement about what debt elimination would unlock in your life. This statement should connect to everyday choices, not just long-term numbers. Next, map your current reality by listing every debt, its minimum payment, and its interest rate. Seeing the full picture often reveals the emotional weight of small recurring charges that go unnoticed. When you have the list, you gain leverage over your own spending mindset and you begin to see where your attention truly goes. For 30 days, track every dollar you spend and every dollar you earn. This diary creates a concrete baseline you can challenge and improve. It also reveals patterns you would otherwise overlook, such as weekend impulse buys or automated subscriptions that quietly siphon your resources. With costs visible, most people benefit from choosing a payoff method. The debt snowball can deliver quick wins by paying smallest balances first, while the avalanche targets the highest interest first. Both approaches reduce overall debt, but the emotional relief often comes from seeing early balances disappear. Pick the method that you believe will sustain your effort. Consistency matters more than the particular mathematical order when the goal is long-term behavior change. If a method feels tedious, you're less likely to stick with it. If it feels doable, you'll keep going even on hard days. Build a small emergency buffer to cushion surprises. Even a modest fund of $200 to $500 reduces anxiety and protects your plan when an expense comes up. This is not a luxury, it is a foundational part of a calm debt elimination process that prevents backsliding. Look for easy savings first by pausing non-essential spending. Cancel unused subscriptions, renegotiate a bill when possible, and cook at home more often. These small choices compound over weeks and months, creating real room to apply funds toward debt without feeling deprived. Apply the savings to debt payments and automate where you can. Automation reduces the friction of starting a payment and protects you from forgetting due dates. A consistent automation routine creates a quiet rhythm that supports confidence rather than stress. Consider increasing your income through a side project or gig. Set a realistic monthly target and schedule time for it the same way you schedule debt payments. Even modest extra earnings, when directed toward debt, can accelerate progress and restore a sense of control. Develop a weekly rhythm that supports progress. Block time to review spending, debt progress, and upcoming bills so decisions stay deliberate. When this becomes a ritual, you begin to anticipate problems, not react to them, and your momentum grows. Mental shifts can sustain momentum. Reframe debt as a temporary state and focus on skills you are building like budgeting, negotiation, and restraint. Viewing debt as feedback rather than a personal failing changes how you respond to setbacks and strengthens your resolve. Give yourself small celebrations for milestones. These moments reinforce the behavior you want and reduce the sting of restraint. Positive reinforcement matters as much as any numerical victory because it keeps you engaged over time. Use visual progress tools. A simple chart tracking total debt over time can anchor motivation and show the impact of small steps. When you see a downward trend, your brain receives a cue that continued effort yields tangible rewards. Beware cognitive traps. Avoid all-or-nothing thinking and recognize that reasonable pace over time yields durable change. If you slip for a week, that does not erase a month of disciplined behavior, it simply invites a recalibration. Seek support with trusted, non-judgmental accountability. Share goals with one friend or partner who can remind you when you slip and cheer you when you begin again. Community can provide perspective, encouragement, and practical reminders when your own motivation wavers. Protect your plan from lifestyle creep. As income grows, you may feel tempted to spend more. Practice scaling your savings first. Elevating your savings rate alongside income helps ensure long-term resilience and reduces the emotional pull of quick gratification. Review interest rates and options regularly and look for better terms where possible. Negotiating with lenders or refinancing can lower monthly payments, but proceed with care. If a change in terms aligns with your values and long-term plan, it can be a meaningful, interpretive step rather than a shortcut. Practice patience. Debt elimination is often a marathon, not a sprint, and sustainable change requires breathing room. When progress slows, you return to basics, your mission, your diary, and the daily actions that keep you moving forward. Keep the long game in sight. Ask yourself what kind of life you want in 5 years, and let that image guide daily decisions. A future you value provides motivation on days when numbers feel heavy. Reframe setbacks as feedback. If a plan stalls, analyze what happened, adjust the approach, and restart with renewed clarity. Each iteration yields sharper insight into what truly moves your debt downward and what doesn't. Now, let's bring it together into a simple, repeatable sequence you can follow weekly. Your calm path hinges on consistency, awareness, and a genuine belief that you can regain control. When you organize your days around small, deliberate steps, debt begins to fade as a daily concern rather than a life sentence. Sometimes you will face sticky months when expenses spike. During those times, lean on your mission, your diary, and the methods you have practiced until they feel automatic. The goal is resilience, not perfection, and resilience grows through repeated, calm application of your plan. Remember that debt elimination is educational. Each payment teaches you to read a contract, compare offers, and honor commitments even when it costs a little today. Education becomes empowerment when paired with consistent behavior and a willingness to adjust. Consider debt consolidation or refinancing only after careful evaluation and professional advice. These tools can simplify payments when aligned with your values and goals. If used judiciously, they can reduce friction and help you maintain momentum toward your debt-free future. Your network matters. Build connections with people who support frugal living, responsible borrowing, and a culture of planning rather than impulse. Community reinforces good habits, reduces isolation, and offers practical ideas you may not have considered alone. To stay on track, schedule a quarterly deep dive into your finances. Revisit the mission, refresh the budget, and reallocate any windfalls toward debt until balance is restored. Regular assessment turns a fleeting plan into an enduring practice. Finally, acknowledge that not every month will feel smooth. In those moments, you return to your breathing, your values, and your plan you built from the ground up. The calm, consistent effort matters more than dramatic short-term fluctuations. Embracing a calm, measured debt elimination path requires humility and persistence. If you stay curious and patient, you will see what steady effort can achieve. The path is yours to choose, blending science and psychology to create a future where debt no longer dictates daily choices. Thank you for watching. If you found value in this approach, consider sharing it with someone who wants a calmer, wiser financial life. Remember, this is educational content and not financial advice. Always consult a qualified professional for personalized guidance. More examples from real life can illustrate how the calm path unfolds. A single mother with a modest income trims non-essential spending, cancels one streaming service, calls a medical provider to set up a payment plan, and then redirects the freed money to the smallest debt. Within 6 months the first balance is gone, and confidence blooms. A young professional carrying student loans chooses the avalanche method, directing every extra dollar to the highest interest loan. After 3 months, 2 medium loans are paid and the daily math feels lighter. Small daily wins compound into real progress. A family with a modest car loan commits to adding a set amount each week, even if it's just $10. The car loan shortens gradually, payments become predictable, and the family discovers room to breathe. A retiree on a fixed income supplements with a monthly freelance task and uses the earnings to accelerate a small debt. These steady shifts show that you don't need dramatic changes to gain traction. Consistency compounds. Practical steps you can take this week. Start by committing to one concrete change. Identify one debt to target with the highest rate or smallest balance, depending on your chosen method, and set a weekly micro goal. Set up automatic payments that cover the minimum plus an extra amount you can sustain. Review subscriptions and trim one non-essential service. Call or renegotiate one bill and ask for a lower rate or a payment plan. Create a simple budget reality check for the week: what went up, what declined, and where you can cut. Look for one modest way to increase income, such as a 3 to 5 hour gig or freelancing task, and earmark the earnings to debt. In your diary, note one insight about your spending that surprised you and one change you'll implement next week. Common mistakes to avoid include waiting for perfect conditions, which rarely arrive. Progress in debt elimination comes from steady steps, not dramatic leaps. Trying to overhaul every expense at once can backfire and burn you out. Ignoring the smallest debt allows compound interest to creep up. Letting bills accumulate without updating your plan when income changes saps momentum. Relying on willpower alone without automation or reminders increases the chance of late payments. Viewing every setback as a failure invites discouragement. Reframe setbacks as data to refine your approach. Comparing your journey to others ignores your situation and timelines. Skipping the emergency fund while chasing debt payoff can leave you vulnerable to new shocks. Neglecting a regular check-in with your numbers weakens accountability. Underfunding your plan after a windfall slows momentum. And using debt consolidation or refinancing without careful personal alignment can complicate rather than simplify. To close, repeat the core idea: calm, consistent steps, guided by your values, with small wins compounding into real freedom. Remember your why, keep your diary, automate and review weekly. Celebrate progress, protect your fund, and stay curious about what works. Debt elimination is not about perfection, it's about learning to respond to money with intention. Each month you choose again to move a little further toward a debt-free life. The path is simple, practical, and human. You are building a future where choice is unburdened by debt, one calm decision at a time.